Why does Ronaldo want to leave United? It's nothing to do with money, so rule that out. Is it the state of the club? Is it the competitions they play in? Is there something else that we'll have to ask Ronaldo about? Hey, I'm Adrian. How are you? And I mean, to be honest, the answer seems to be pretty clear. If you want to boil it down to no nuance or explanation surrounding it, it's because he wants to play in the Champions League in his remaining years at the top, and he has no time for a rebuild. But that's the long answer made short. Let's get into the added context, what's happening around him, and more, as soon as we quickly thank our sponsors for this video, OneFootball, who have kept me up to date on this vacation I've been on. Yes, that's why I'm standing in a random room right now. OneFootball has been keeping me up to date thanks to their app, which has allowed me to track all sorts of transfer sagas such as Ronaldo's, as well as get the latest breaking news sent straight to my phone no matter where I am, so I'm always in the know. Plus, there are plenty of articles to take in from some of my favorite sources. There's many kinds of videos to watch behind the scenes at your favorite clubs, match highlights, interviews, and you can even stream matches right in the OneFootball app. Just tap the matches section within the app, then hit the watch bar at the top, and you'll have a host of matches from around the globe to take in within OneFootball. With all of this and more for free, I think OneFootball is what you've been looking for. So go ahead and use the download link in the description below and help yourself to a free download on the operating system of your choosing. It's free, once again. So thank you, OneFootball. Appreciate you guys. Now, how long have United actually considered selling Ronaldo? I mean, he only arrived last summer. Ronaldo's arrival at Manchester United was kind of a surprise last summer, wasn't it? Jorge Mendes brought United to the negotiating table thanks to their public dealings, they being Ronaldo's camp, with City. Or I guess I should say that their dealings that Mendes' camp made sure to make very public, and United took the bait, making Ronaldo the highest paid player in the league, and they were hoping for the best at that point. Well, Ronaldo managed to score 24 goals from 38 appearances, which is a decent haul for anyone not named Ronaldo. United's season was turbulent. Ollie out, Rangnick in and then out again. Horrible performances as a man who made his name as a club builder and project manager was put into a firefighter role at Manchester United, and completely unsurprising results followed, with a limp 6th place Europa League finish for Manchester United. However, one thing Rangnick had allegedly pushed for, as recent reports have suggested, was that he would have sold Ronaldo in January if he had the chance. I don't think that this is anything personal, at least once you accept that the type of football that most teams play these days require a united front, pun intended. When it comes to pressing, at least. A united front and tireless pressing for the full 90. In general, that's kind of the direction that a lot of tactics are heading for in the top teams in Europe. But when you have someone who is mostly a guy who you want getting on the end of opportunities and limiting how much they contribute to the build-up up front, it does make it difficult to cater to Ronaldo. Once you accept that Ronaldo is that player and that him being included in the most modern systems at the top teams these days can be a detriment to the overall system, then you can understand why he has been a bit of a quandary for his last couple of coaches. A quandary with an asterisk next to it, because while Ronaldo has caused coaches since Sarri to have to adapt their play style a bit, leading to a lukewarm version of Sarri ball at Juventus at the max, and a similar problem for all of the coaches that have followed in Ronaldo's career, Pirlo, Ollie, Rangnick, etc., he still is a pretty ridiculous finisher when he has service. So while the overall system can't play to its pressing potential, some success can still be found along the way on the basis of Ronaldo being damn good at heading, a decent finisher, etc., when the ball is flying at him in the box for opportunities. There are a few managers who would look at Ronaldo and say, nah, this just won't work for my system, and will bench him. In fact, there has not really been a manager yet who has done that, as Ronaldo tends to score in every other match on average, and so most find a way to make do. They set up the team in a way that at least is close to their vision, and they hope that the deficiencies in the system will be cancelled out by Ronaldo's goals and help from other talented individuals within the 11. There's also the ego of coaches that come into play as well. Don't lie to yourself there. Yes, coaches are supposed to do what's right for the team, but interclub politics come to play, as well as their own egos. Surely some of them dreamed of being the manager to give Ronaldo a glittering scoring season once again, being the manager that found that balance, that perfect system for him to thrive once again in his later years. Because if you don't find a way, if you flirt with benching Ronaldo, then your life gets very, very difficult. He needs to play all the time, or else him and the media factory behind him gets kicked into gear. As I called them in another video, United feels like a club that's just in constant transition, at least since Sir Alex left the club back in 2013. Van Gaal won a single trophy, Mourinho won 2, nobody else touched trophy since then. 3 trophies in about 9 years now. And so Erik ten Hag comes in to try to build a more sustainable project, rather than the course that United have taken for the most part recently. Bring in big signings to, stop the bleed as far as trophies go, something that would simply appease a small group of fans that would take any trophy at this point. But signings like that have proven that they are short-sighted in nature, and a random League Cup is nice, but it doesn't necessarily speak to wholesale changes that are required at United. It doesn't speak to a change in the right direction. And those changes aren't just needed within the playing squad, but a culture change at the executive level is needed as well. Ronaldo has spoken out publicly in the past. You'll remember his interview where he said you sometimes need to destroy a few things in order to build up something good. He was speaking about United at this time. Well, Ronaldo is maybe part of that for the good of United. It's a precarious situation amongst United supporters, but for the reasons mentioned in the previous section, it could be what's best for the club and new manager, Erik ten Hag, for Ronaldo to leave. Of course, both Ten Hag and Ronaldo have spoken about how they are looking forward to working together, with Ronaldo saying in early June, prior to the fallout of late, that he's looking forward to winning trophies with Ten Hag at United. Of course, the public stance was always going to be this. But in private, if you're Erik ten Hag, then you want to have the cleanest slate possible with your new club and squad so that everything is coherent. You don't want to have to change your vision of how you want this United squad to be playing. You don't want to change how one of football icons, Ronaldo, will play his game because he's too big of a personality to go up against, and it will lead to the lukewarm milquetoast approach that Sarri had in his time at Juve. You aren't getting the most out of Ronaldo, and you aren't getting the most out of Erik ten Hag if they're in the same squad. You could make an argument that losing Ronaldo hurts United financially, and as far as their social media presence goes, United's official Twitter account basically became a Ronaldo-obsessed fan page over the past season, even tweeting stuff like, quote, anyone else go about their day saying, see you, 100 plus times. But that aside, losing Ronaldo is not only good for the new manager and his new era at the club, but it's seemingly good for Ronaldo as well. Maybe Ronaldo was shocked at how United had been run. That I find hard to believe. For anyone who has watched any football over the last 8 or 9 years, they would know that they've been run shockingly. But ultimately, the mutually beneficial part of this comes down to Ronaldo, his age, and his thirst to play at the top level. Manchester United isn't a top team in Europe right now. Based on their own merit, of course, they deserve to be in the Europa League. Sure, they're probably better than some of the other teams that will be competing in the Champions League next season, but based on how they match up against the teams from within their own country, they don't deserve to be there. They're not a top 4 team in England. Ronaldo himself has always wanted to play at the absolute top, and that hasn't changed as he has reached the wrong end of his 30s. He still wants to play in the Champions League. He's referred to as Mr. Champions League for a reason. The most goals scored in the competition, plus he's won it 5 times now between 2 teams, United and Real Madrid. He has pedigree in that competition, that's for sure. While his performances belie his age in many ways these days, he can't outrun his physical ability forever. Sometime, it could be 1 year from now, 2 years, 3 years, who knows? Ronaldo won't be able to cut it physically at the very tippity top of the football pyramid, and he knows that. And when you have that specter looming, then you don't exactly have time to waste. Now, taking part in this United rebuild for any other professional that isn't Ronaldo's age is absolutely not a waste of time, and there is a lot of glory in being part of that team that could turn things around for United. But for Ronaldo, he doesn't have time for rebuilds, and he doesn't have time to take part in turning clubs around anymore. It should come as no surprise to you that Ronaldo wants to maximize his final years at the very top by actually playing at the very top, as opposed to attempting to reach the very top. Love him or hate him for it, he's never been one to hide the fact that he's unhappy when he's losing, and more losing is more likely for United in the next year or so than a huge haul of trophies. And even if United were to win some trophies next season, they wouldn't be the one that Ronaldo wants, the Champions League. He wants number 6. Wanting to leave Manchester United is absolutely a selfish move from Cristiano Ronaldo, but it's understandable as to why he wants to do so, as his time is short at the top, at 37 years of age. With every season that passes, the amount of clubs interested in his signature, at least those at the very, very top of football, gets just a little bit shorter, as an aging Ronaldo can still contribute, but you have to analyze the cost versus the benefit, both financially and within any given manager or club's vision for their playing style. It does raise a good question of where he would end up, where someone with Ronaldo's skill set at 37 years of age could flourish, a team that doesn't press like crazy, a team that could utilize a number 9 well, and a team that has individuals that can supply him with the service he needs in order to score bags of goals. But as things stand between Ronaldo, Ten Hag, and United, you can understand how it could benefit all if he was to leave the club for pastures anew once again. What do you guys think of all of this? Are Ronaldo and United making a mistake by breaking off once again? Let me know. Excited to hear your guys' takes on everything. Thanks once again for watching. I appreciate you, and subscribe if you are new to this channel, man. It's easy and free. Beyond that, I'm Adrian. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.